Oh, here we go. Okay. So, welcome everyone. Hello, GCC fam. Welcome to another Employer Spotlight. My name is Lindsay Walker, and today we're speaking with Dejanay Baker and Maddie Mowbray at ITC Personal In-Home Care. A note for our viewers, if you are joining us live, please feel free to drop any questions you have for our guests in the comments, and we'll get those answered. Okay, let's get started. So, can you please introduce yourself, both of yourselves, and what you do at ITC Personal In-Home Care?
Yeah, so my name is Dejanay Baker. I am the caregiver coordinator for ITC, and I pretty much do the beginning of the hiring process.
And I'm Maddie Mowbray. I'm an admin here at ITC. I'm just backup for Dee, really.
Great. Thank you guys for joining us today. We'd love to hear more about the opportunities you have. So take us through your presentation and let us know how our students can apply.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So ITC is a qualified vendor of the state of Arizona to provide in-home care along with day programs to those with different mental disabilities and physical, all identified by DES and DDD. So the services we provide include all of these. Dee's going to get into a little bit more detail about them.
Alrighty, so here's just a little breakdown of the services that we provide. So the first three that you will see is respite, attendant care, and habilitation. These three services are for our in-home side. So we have in-home, and then we also have day programs. So a provider can choose to work in-home, where the provider would go into the member's personal home and provide one of these three services or all three services, or working in our day programs. So I'll get into the day programs a little later. So for respite is basically where the provider goes into the home and is giving the family like a short-term break. That can be taking the member to the mall, to the movies, or simply just being at home and kind of hanging out with them, giving the family a break. Attendant care would be where the provider is assisting with feeding, toileting, bathing. And then habilitation is just simply the provider teaching one of our young adults or kids a goal. So that can be how to tie their shoes, how to wash their face, brush their teeth. And it can also be verbal prompts as well to do certain things. So for our day programs, that we have a kid side and we have an adult side. So you get to choose whether you want to work on the adult side or the kid side. So our programs is funded with DDD, and it's filled with activities to increase the quality of life for our members, as well as develop independent living skills. So for that, with COVID, it has stopped a lot of the events going into the community that we would normally do, but we do still have a lot of in the location activities that we do with the kids and the adults as well. And the last service is private pay. So it's all three of the in-home. So it's respite, attendant care, and habilitation. The only difference is that this service is not funded by DDD. It would be the client paying out of pocket to have a provider in their home and helping them. So for this slide, we're just going to go over like how it would look for the students that are wanting to apply. So from start to finish, so basically the student or anyone that's wanting to apply would fill out the application. Once I receive the application, I will give them a call within 24 hours, and then I hand everything off to Maddie. And then she will do like the backgrounds and reach out to you if there's anything else that we need. But what you will need to actually start would be 2 forms of ID. So that can be a driver license, just a regular identification card. And then second form would be a social security, a birth certificate, or passport is also acceptable. All of our providers will have to be CPR and first aid certified. If you're not, it's okay. During the hiring process, we have resources where we can send you for your CPR and first aid. A level 1 fingerprint clearance card is also required. That's something we can help you with as well. We have sponsorship programs where we can help you with that as well. Article 9, that goes hand in hand with the CPR and first aid. If that's something that you do have, great. If not, we will do that during the hiring process. And then the last thing is a voided check or a direct deposit statement from your bank. Reasons for that is that we don't do any paper checks. We just try to keep everything direct with direct deposit. Just keeps down, the fraud and anything that could go on. Let's see.
All right, so I'm going to talk about our day programs. In here, if you are a caregiver in our day programs, you do different activities with the members who come in throughout the days. We're always trying to find fun, different things to do with them. So some of our things that you'll see are events like our Halloween bash or our Christmas party. We love as much as possible to take our members out into the community. So we'll go out to splash pads or the park. And of course, our members love to be outside playing basketball. So those are just some of the things that you may see on a day-to-day basis working here. We really do appreciate our caregivers and all the great work that they do. So we try to keep, the morale high here and just show how much we appreciate that hard work. So Mondays we do raffles. So we do $25 gift cards, pizza Fridays for the caregivers. And then of course, if you do work in the day programs here at the facility, you're always guaranteed weekends off.
So for this slide, just to get a little bit into the pay rates for our caregivers, I do have them separated between day program on the left side, and then the right side would be in-home. So if you choose to work in our day programs, starting pay rate is $13.50. And then if you have a prevention and support certification, pay rate is $14 even. Prevention and support cert, that is basically a certification. If you don't have it, that's fine. Later on, you can still get hired. And if you decide on your own to take that course and bring us in like the paper certification, then your pay rate would be boosted up to the $14 an hour. But prevention and support is basically a class. It's a 7 to 8 hour class that teaches you the proper techniques that you would have to use if a member is in a behavioral crisis. So it's basically just for emergencies only. For in-home, so if the provider chooses to work in-home, there is 3 rates here. The reason why I put these 3 rates here is because there will be, depending on the family that you work with, some family may only need just respite. And if they only need respite, your pay rate would be $13.50. If they need attendant care, it would be $14. And if they need habilitation, it would be $15 an hour. We do have some families that need all 3 services. So if you're working 1 hour, say from 7 to 8, then that 1 hour would be at the $13.50. If you're working 2 hours for attendant care, those 2 hours of the day will be $14, and so on and so forth. So it just all depends on the family's needs. So here we just have some of the testimonials from 2 of our caregivers and then also a parent. So Eddie, he is a provider. He put on the Google page that ITC has a great atmosphere, supportive staff, and unique work experience. Yvonne she's another provider for us for in-home. She stated that it's the best place to work at and that she enjoys her job and the environment. And then the third one, we have a parent, Denise. She actually gave us a 5-star rating on Google.
All right. So, of course, it's going to change a little bit once you're hired on, but we're always up here in the office. This is the main team that you'll see. We're always here to happy to help you out with anything, whether that's, from the basic getting hired on to wanting to go back and get that prevention support. We're always here with happy, smiling faces to help you guys.
And just to add to that, so for the most part, you'll be dealing with me, and then you may get a text message or a call from Maddie. And then also Francisco, he is our member care coordinator, so he deals with all of the trainings. But other than that, your direct contact would either be Lisa, she is the day program manager, or Eddie or Lonnie, depending on if you're on the kid side or the adult side. So lastly, we are going to get into how to apply. So we have 3 different options. One being like the old school way, you can always walk in and ask for a paper application. You can fill it out at the location and hand it back to us, or take it home and fill it out. The second way, we do have our website, which is itc-az.com, where you can find the application. And the third way would be to scan the QR code. So if you take a minute and pull your phone out, you can go to the camera and just hover it like over the code, and that way it'll take you directly to the link to fill out the application. And so that's how you would apply with us. Thank you so much. This is the end of this presentation, but my name is Dejanay, and
I'm Maddie.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, ladies, so much for this information. And from the address, it's super close to Glendale Community College, which is fantastic for our students. I just want to let the viewers know I did drop the website into the chat on YouTube. Did you want me to keep the presentation up for the QR code? Oh, no, you guys are good. So I had a couple questions, and we'll see if there's any questions that come through on YouTube. So your location's super close. Can you describe maybe what a shift would look like for the different types of care? Day program seems maybe a little obvious, but are they all during day hours, night hours? What would that look like for a student?
So for day program, hours are 8 to 4 for our adult side. For the kid side, we have a bigger stretch, so it can be a shift anywhere that's a 9 to 1 or a 1 to 7, or if you're looking for more full-time, then it would be 9 to 6, just because kids are out for summer program right now, so they're here with us a little longer than they would be if they were in school. So we have a lot of different options.
That makes
for
total
day program.
sense.
For in-home, we have for in-home, we have a lot of different shifts, from weekends to just mornings, to just afternoons. We have long shift, short shifts, so a lot of opportunities for in-home.
What advice can you give to our students when they are applying? Is there anything just from your experience of reviewing applications? What are some tips and tricks you can give to students who are interested in applying?
I think the biggest thing is a lot of people think that you need experience, like to start in the caregiver field, but a lot of it, most people, you do have experience. That if you have, a grandparent that you've taken care of, a cousin, an uncle, a younger sibling that you maybe taught how to tie their shoe. So those are things that maybe, not having experience, or you thinking that you don't have experience, would stop someone from applying. But everyone has had experience with working with someone sometime in their life. So don't let that stop you from wanting to start caregiving. That's
really encouraging. Thank you, Dejanay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers before we wrap it up?
I don't believe so. Do you have anything?
Just feel free to reach out. We're more than happy to help. We know we probably missed a few things or questions that may have, they'll come up later. Just call us. We are more than happy to answer anything that you guys have for us.
Well, we appreciate your presence today. So thank you, Dejanay and Maddie, for sharing the opportunities that you have at ITC Personal In-Home Care. For our viewers interested in applying to these positions, we can assist you in career services with resume and cover letter reviews, mock interviews, and any other assistance you may need during that process. you can head over to our website, which is linked in the description, and schedule an appointment with one of our staff members. Additionally, make sure to follow us on social media. Check out our Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube to keep up to date with our workshops, events, and get some career tips. And lastly, thank you again, Dejanay and Maddie, for speaking with us today. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Bye.